Good morning and warm greetings to one and all present here. I welcome you all for this national webinar on styles of interior design. It's a great pleasure to welcome today's resource person, Ms. Ruchi Manle, interior architect, honorary correspondent Sri Gugilam Ramesh sir, principal Dr. T. Mohanasri, ma'am, vice principal ma'ams Dr. P.B. Vanitha ma'am and Dr. M.B. Napine ma'am, and my dear colleagues, all other college faculties and students, I welcome you all to this national webinar. I hope this session surely make you to think wider in styles of interiors. As designers, it is important to always be up to date with the latest interior design trends. Knowing and understanding trends with what influences these and how to apply them to your next design is a crucial success as a designer. Start the year off right by learning lots of skills and knowledge, especially during this lockdown period. Each one develop your skills and develop your knowledge. After, surely we all will come back to the normal position. We can apply all those skills and knowledges in the interior design field. This exclusive webinar will explore trends in different areas of the home to give you a complete overview of the interior design styles coming your way. Today we have with us architect and interior designer Ruchi Manle. She is co-founder of Studio Design Dear Jur. It's her husband and wife team, namely Ruchi and Shashank. They have combined creative vision with their design and technical experience to establish design and build studio and now working successfully in India. They have worked very closely with brands like Valvino, Lucky Groups, Bunyad, Zaya, and international groups like Sephora and so on. They specialize both in residential interior space design and commercial interior design projects, including hotels and restaurants, educational institutions, office spaces, healthcare, and deliver unique blend of comfortness and style. Now again they started expanding globally, actually doing all luxury interior projects. Studio Design Dujor is based in New Delhi with more than 13 years of experience of founders providing quality and innovative services. They received award in 2019 in category of Best Luxury Space Designer in Delhi NCR. Also, Ruchi Manle ma'am is nominated as Best Designer in Times of India. Awards results are awaited. Recently in 2020, they are shortlisted to receive National Architecture and Interior Design Award Global Edition along with first ever 40 under Best 40 Interior Designer in overall India. So we have one of the founder with us today, with us Ruchi Manle ma'am. As I already told you, she is B Architect and Interior Designer from Apijit School of Architecture and Planning in 2007. Since then, she has been working with topmost architects and designers and opened her firm officially in 2015. So we shall be learning about styles of interiors from ma'am and her experience. Over to Ruchi ma'am. I welcome you ma'am. Thank you for accepting to be a resource person in your busy schedule time. You have accepted. Really, it's a great thing. Now I request Ms. Ruchi Manle ma'am to take over the session.
Thank you, Vinaji. Hi, everyone. How are you? Hi, Naji. How are you?
Fine. Hi. Welcome to this webinar, ma'am.
Thank you so much. So, before starting the seminar, I can see like almost 200 people are here, and I think majorly are the students and the designer. So, how this session would go, I'll just explain them. So I am, going to keep interacting with them in the, middle, so that, because otherwise it becomes really boring for everyone. So we have some interesting ways to interact online. So all of you, I want everyone side by side of Zoom, open menti.com, MENTI, and just keep it open in your browser, and everyone, so that we will open few votings for you, and some interesting question and answer session we will have. And after you all have opened menti.com, okay, I'll just give you 30 seconds to open menti.com. Then I will tell you how this session is going to go.
In between, I have two poll questions at the starting and at the end. So in between 10 seconds, it will take time. All can fill that.
So I'm sure everyone must have done the poll by now, and everyone has opened menti.com. So this session is going to be very, very interesting. Oh, you've just opened the polling.
Yes.
Okay.
Just
That's
to
great.
know how many students and faculties, other professionals participating in this webinar. We all can we all can get the results soon.
Yeah, right. Very right. Okay, let's just see how many. So majorly we have students and faculties with us, I guess.
It's nearing 200 participants. Now all can view this. Mostly students participated and 15% faculty are there. Professionals 2% are there. So let's all welcome you all to this webinar. Yes, ma'am, you can proceed.
Okay. Thank you so much. So as I was telling, everyone must have done poll, and they have opened menti.com. So guys, this session is going to be really interesting with a lot of information about the interior style, and I'm going to take you through some pictorial references. And with that, the most interesting thing is that on one of the themes, I'm going to take up my live project in the end. So I want you to stay till end to see how we have, actually in reality taken a style of interior and done that project. So it's a live case study which we will be doing. So not to waste more time, let's start with a seminar. I'm just sharing my screen with you guys. Meenaji, you need to confirm me that you see the screen.
Yes, it's visible. I can see your screen.
Okay. Thank you, Meenaji. Okay. So as ma'am has already given you our introduction, my partner is not here with me today in the seminar, Shashank. But let me tell you, we are a husband and wife team, and we have actually a combined vision and a high technical experience, and we established our design studio in 2015. All right. So officially we opened it in 2015. All right. So for you to know, let's what we do. We are basically into luxury interior and architecture projects, and we are doing it now in all over India and globally as well. So this is a simple basic information about both of us. So these are some of the recognition we have received in past 2 years. We got few awards from celebrities, and we have been published in a lot of e-newspapers like New Delhi Times, The Week, and New Delhi. One second, sorry. New Delhi Times, The Week, and Outlook. And recently, I've been nominated by Entrepreneur of the Year by Times of India, and the results are awaited. Plus, a good news is that we have just, 2 days back, we got a mail that we are selected for to receive an award as the designers in the National Architecture and Interior Design Awards. It's a global edition, and plus they are also giving us first ever 40 under best 40 interior designer award. So these are the few uh, uh, recognitions we have just received, and with that, you know now let's go ahead. Okay guys, all of you, I want all of you to please like us on Facebook, Instagram, and especially follow us on YouTube. I've just started a channel. It's called Space Talks by Ruchi Mandle, and I have already uploaded 2 videos in it. So you will be getting a lot of real design talks in that, and you will be getting a lot of great quality content in this YouTube channel. Please subscribe and share with your friends as well. So the 2 videos are already there. You can go and watch. Just you take a pic or the screenshot of this, and my channel looks like this. So let's start with the presentation. Okay, the style of interiors. So interior design style, what does it mean? To know about the interior style, guys, we want you not to raise your hands, because it disturbs in the middle, and it will be really tough for me to give the presentation. All right. So Veena ji, can you just see, a lot of people are opening their video. Is it allowed? Anyway, so all right. To know about the interior style, first we should know what is interior design. So interior design is basically made up of a lot of interior elements. So interior design is creating an aesthetically planned theme of any space by balancing different elements like space, lines, forms, colors, texture, pattern, accessories, furnishing, lighting, and each interior designer has their individual way of developing and planning interior design concept. So that's the main uh, description of interior designing. So before going into style, you should understand what is the main concept, what are the main elements of interior design. So these are the few main elements of interior design which you should study about if you don't know about these elements. All right, so when we combine these elements in any of the styles from history to till now, the modern era, when we combine these elements, we get to know that this is the meaning of this style. All right. Okay, so now everyone, it's time for everyone to vote. Okay, so everyone, I want everyone to open menti.com, and I'm going to present one question with you. All right, and type code 436990. All right guys, open menti.com. I'm going to give 30 seconds to you. Type code 436990. I'm going to open the voting for you in a second. Okay, so here's the question. Where is the origin of interior design? So I can see a lot of people are voting. 19 people have voted. Guys, I want, there are 200 almost participants. So at least I want 50% to go and vote for this. Where is the origin of interior design? I'm waiting for everyone to vote. Very nice. Great. Rome has a maximum votes. I hope you have not opened the Google. Anyway, almost 70 participants have voted. So maximum you are saying that it's in Rome. Second, second highest is Egypt. Then people are saying Greece, and two have said China. Really, it's okay. So let me just reshare my screen and just so that I can tell you. Okay, coming back to the presentation, I've seen you're voting. So let me tell you where it was originated, guys. So the origin of interior design is, the credit you should go to, give birth to interior design to, Egyptians, ancient Egyptians, who actually decorated their humble mugs with simple furniture, with enhanced animal skins or textiles, as well as murals, sculptures, and painted vases. I'm going to show you a few pictures. These are the pictures of the ancient tombs, which are almost 43 to 4400 years old. And look at the design on the walls, the murals, the ornamentations. And they obviously these have been restored, but this is the actual history of the birth of interior design. Here it was born, so you should give credit to these guys. All right, so you must all have heard about King Tutankhamun, and there's a picture of him when his mummy was found. This is his tomb, and it was so it had a lavish decoration, so it showed the power of the Egyptian. So always, you should, with the current scenario, or I urge every student to read about the history as well. All right, so now just let's go ahead. So guys, how many styles of interior designs are there? You should know about it. Some people, if you go to Google or any of the website, they will just say that there are 20 best styles, 15 best styles, 10 top styles. Basically, to your shock or to your knowledge, I want to tell you that there are more than 100 of styles, and plus these 100 of styles have you know uh, other sub styles between them. For example, if you just talk about the modern style has three different eras under it, like modern, post-modern, and mid-century modern. So it's very important for you to understand what is your inclination towards. So these are the 100 of styles. Obviously we cannot take hundreds of them, but I'm going to take one of most of my favorites, plus the practical interior designing styles, so that you, as we are going through uh, some pandemic, we are going through the pandemic, so these styles will help you to understand how we can create apply these styles in such scenario as well. I'll in the end explain you what I'm talking about right now, but when we will be going through the presentation, you will get to know what is I'm speaking about. So okay, let's style. So now we are going to talk about some important styles. Let's talk about the modern style first. Modern style is one of my favorite styles, and I have read about it. So modern style actually refers to the specific time period from early to mid 20th century. All right, so this uh, style started in the earlier 20th century and it remained till mid 20th century. All right, it was really dominant at that time. So you can, key figures we have, you can read about the works of Le Corbusier, Charles and Reims, and Florence Knoll. And you should go and study their work, and you will understand how this style had a flair. I'm gonna take up the key characteristics also. So after after modern style came mid-century modern. Obviously, when the 20th century started, we started with the modern style, and in the when we came in the middle, so that style became the mid-century modern. So obviously, by name, you would see that mid-century modern is easily depicting what does it mean. Let's go ahead and just read about the different styles of the modern. Okay, so modern style, these are the key elements of the modern style. And it would be great if you have inclination towards the modern style. These key elements you should really consider. So uh, first of all, you know the first characteristic of the modern style is sleek, open, and airy interiors. And it's really, really important. It's not like a traditional, totally filled up. And the thing which they actually take care is the minimal clutter. They don't mess things around, put things, just like that. And they have, simple color schemes as well for walls, ceilings, and for the woodwork cabinetry as well. And the most important thing in this is that they follow a neutral platelet. Color platelet is very important for any style, so they use a neutral color platelet, like majorly grays and creams and whites, and black is, black was really used in the modern era. So my preference is this style is very good for rental spaces and open floor plans, and urban apartments where the space is small, so you don't want to clutter that. All right, so that's this style is really important for that. So the sleek lines and bare aesthetic creates an atmospheric, sophisticated atmosphere. This is the reason why this style is so popular right now. Okay, so this style is actually non-distracting, clean in appearance, and making it a popular design choice. All right, so this was all about modern. If you just see the pictures next to it, you can easily relate what is the meaning of modern style. All right, let's go ahead. you know Look at the pictures below. These are few examples of the modern style. You can see how clutter free it is. Can you see that? And how neutral colors, how they have used one or two colors. Even with furniture, they have tried to implement the same colors. Right? So to uh, wind this modern style up, these are the key elements you should always have in your mind, like open spaces, clutter free, uniform layout, non ornamental cabinetry. For sure, it doesn't need to have ornament. Simple and minimal decoration. It utilizes metal, glass, and polished wood. That's very important feature of the modern style. A lot of people just forget about it. And simple color platelet, I just told you about that. And yes, geometric shape and hard lines they use. And they use unique light fixtures. If you see the picture in the middle, if you see some unique light fixtures they have used, so that's a style, modern style. If you see a simple modern and clean lines with a unique lights, you can easily tell that this is a modern style. someone is trying to use in their design. So obviously there is elimination of unnecessary detailing. There is no false ceiling, no curves, nothing. So that's modern style. All right, let's go ahead. Okay, now after the modern, the mid-century modern came. All right, obviously it had the uh, elements of the modern design only, but this style was, you know, actually very very different in its own way. All right, you should really understand that it actually, these are the key features which you are seeing on the slide, you know: nature, wood, metal, abstract things, geometry, and, you know, cloth textures like velvet. This was majorly used. And you know, like for example, if we take talk about nature, you know, so by mid-century modern, people understood that, you know, the importance of combining the exterior and interior, you know. So that's why they didn't know how to do it properly. So, you know, they started doing floral wallpapers and to, you know, to give the depth and the natural freshness to the room. And with wood, you know, wood really came into use, and natural wood, polished wood, and, you know, again, it was depicting nature. All right, so if you just see here, yes, metal, as I told you, was a prominent part. If you see any metal like brass, copper, any metal was a prominent part of mid-century modern, and it was very interesting style if you go back and read about it. This is, you know, the famous Eames chair, and I'm sure you have, you know, they have designed it, and it's still really famous. If all of you are into furniture, you would really understand what is the importance, what is the style. And if you see, it's really modern. Plus it has, they have used the wood and the black colors, which I told you was a prominent part. And if you see here, you know, a lot of geometry, you know, they boldly they used to use the geometric patterns in the paintings or on the wallpapers. And but, you know, balance was the key. Balance was the key. You know, they never have, you know, overdone such things. So that's important for you to understand that minimal clutter, minimal detailing, and open space is a main element of this modern and the mid-century modern. Even if you see the textures, they velvet, you know, mid-century modern was a very costly movement. If you go back and read about mid-century modern, it it was actually a very costly. People used to spend money on the materials like furniture materials like velvets, you know, to create a kind of a retro vibe. All right, so always also it's a priceless and, you know, timeless moment which came after modern. So okay, let's go ahead. After, you know, okay, first modern came, then mid-century modern came, and after that, you know, the prominent movement which came was contemporary. All right, so the contemporary, if you see that contemporary has you know, I would say a lot of uh, elements of the modern and mid-century modern style as well. Okay, so if you see the pictures, look at the pictures, I'll just tell you, you know, Ninaji, can we open chat so that I want everyone to answer?
Yes, I opened the chat for all, ma'am.
Guys, I want everyone to answer me that what is the one word comes to your mind when you listen contemporary style? I want everyone to, you know, write and let me know what do you think about it. I think chat is not working, is it?
Yes, yes, it's working. All started to answer here.
Okay. I cannot see chat,
Oh,
but no problem. You can tell me.
yeah. Some mention unique and comfortable. simple designs. It's an
Okay.
abstract.
Yeah, I can see. Someone is saying can't hear voice. Priyadarshini. You should, Priyadarshini, please restart your this. Okay. So a lot of
Kindly
people,
check your audios.
yeah. Trending style, modern. People are saying current style. Yeah, right. Modern, historian, use of automated system. Guys, I want everyone to, do not reply privately when you are in chat. Click on everyone so that everyone can see what are you trying to say. Okay, bold colors and basic shapes, modern. Okay, okay, abstract, trending style, sophistication. So we have a lot of questions, a lot of answers, and I'll tell you what is contemporary. Someone said current time, and that's absolutely correct, guys. Absolutely correct. You know, you should, understand what is the meaning of contemporary. Contemporary means what is happening right now, right now. Okay, so contemporary style is basically, uh, it is a style which actually developed in the later half of the 20th century. All right, so contemporary means the present day. A contemporary style is a style of decorating. It is defined by simplicity, stubble sophistication, and deliberate use of textures and clean lines. And interiors tend to showcase space rather than things. That's the main element of contemporary. You know how, if you look at some, old style like Victorian and all, they had heavy moldings and everything. But here in the contemporary, they always focused on the space rather than, focusing in on the object. All right, so that's very very important element. If you see that some of the architects are focusing on space rather than, decoration, over decoration and over detailing, so you would easily see that this is a contemporary style. All right, so this contemporary is sleek and very very fresh. All right, in fact, I want all of you to do a little homework for me. Just go back and read about the contemporary culture. There are people who are, living the contemporary culture. What is contemporary culture? Actually, contemporary culture refers to the current and shared themes, beliefs, and the value of society. It includes, present practices and trends, as well as political and social beliefs, both of them. So, if you want to understand the current uh, trends and the values with the design, you should also read about contemporary culture if you have your inclination towards it. And there's one more homework I'm giving you, everyone. Go and read about these designers so that you understand what is contemporary. Read about Kelly Weisler. She's very popular. She's very hip. And read about Peter Marino, Victoria Hagen. These are the contemporary stylists, and in fact, they are more than contemporary, but they started as a contemporary designer and they started in contemporary era. So that's why they're majorly called contemporary designer. Guys, thank you so much for the chat, and we got to know. All right, let's go ahead. Minaji, you can just turn off the chat. All right. Okay, guys, let's go ahead. So to wind up this contemporary style, you should understand this style overlaps the modern style. It has its own uniqueness. Contemporary interior design is much more reflection of the current decor. All right, current decor means that, if you feel that in a contemporary way, in a modern way, I want to do this thing. If someone has created a different kind of texture or golden texture with a golden mirror, I want to use this. So that's contemporary. All right, so keeping in mind, you are not disobeying the original features of contemporary style. For example, natural textures, materials like stained wood. So, also this kind of a style has a very soft aesthetic, and they use warm lighting to create a very inviting atmosphere. And the biggest strength of contemporary style is to evolve while maintaining a classical aesthetic. Therefore, a space design in this style can easily be updated without major change in appearance. If you just look on the right side, you can understand that this is contemporary style. Okay. Okay, just let's go ahead. Okay, this is very important. I want all of you to pay attention on this. Modern and contemporary. It is very easy to get lost between modern and contemporary. Although they are on the same lines. Frankly, they are on very same lines, but people still, as a designer, at least we should be able to understand what is the difference between these two. All right, just let's go ahead and okay, one second, sorry guys. Okay, so the main difference. All right, so main difference, contemporary by definition is something which is happening in design at the very moment of time. All right, and this definition makes it more fluid, and it's hard to pin down. All right, so although there is a very thin line between these two concepts, but you'll be easily able to understand that this is contemporary and this is modern, with something which is happening right now. And modern design, on the other hand, has a distinguishable aesthetic that emphasis on crisp line, warm, neutral, and balance. It's all about time period, that it's, if someone asks you what is the main difference between these two styles, you are going to say the the time period of its happening. That's the major difference. All right, so the contemporary design refers to what is currently new and innovative. In modern design, refers to a specific area of the design history. So the modern history is gone, temporary is now. All right, so that's the main difference between these two. And presently, many architects and designers use modern elements in contemporary design. That's also very important. People are actually combining these two styles together to do the design. And this is actually similar to modernist contemporary, and interiors are blend of the style past with a healthy dose of technological advancement. That's a very important line, the last line. If you're some people on the chat, when I open the chat, some people have said that technology. That's right, but it was, technology is very important part of contemporary style as well. When you use, because technology is happening right now. All right, that you need to understand. When technology is happening right now, it means that it's a contemporary style. And if you are using the elements of the modern style, all right, like sleek lines, crisp lines, warm lights, neutral colors, so then you are combining these two types. Okay. Okay, so obviously, if you just I'm sorry guys, this I wanted to ask a question with you, and it came already, so we are not going to open Menti. This is so funny. So I wanted you all to type in the similarities with me, but it appeared on the screen. So it's okay. So we'll just go through the similarities between these two, because differences are there, but similarities are more. So first similarities, aesthetics are more minimalistic. All right, clean architectural lines is the signature. Both have open space feel. Furnishing are generally exposed legs kinds. All right, and both styles actually highlight furnishing that both reflected spaces like exposed glass and metals. This is very important. When, if you are thinking of designing something modern and contemporary, you should have some glossy finishes. That's very important. and plus plenty of natural wood should be there. And when you go to a room and have a look, you should have a simple and uncluttered look. So that's the differences and the similarities between these, and people very easily get confused between these two styles. All right, now I'm sure you must be knowing that it's very easy to make a difference between them. All right. Okay, so again, this is again a very important style. It's called a minimalist style. All right, guys, and this style is, it's not my favorite, but I try to use it with combining a lot of other styles. This style is very beautiful style if you know actually how to use it. All right, so basically minimalist, if you see, if any one of you watch movies, there is a movie called The Minimalist as well. So what are minimalist? Minimalist means, live in an environment without creating any kind of mess. All right, if you there are like contemporary culture, minimalist culture has also come up. People are actually, if there are two people in the house, they are bending towards the minimalist culture, and they have two plates, two spoons, two bowls, and two pillows, two bed sheets. you know that's what minimalism is. All right, so let's talk about the interior style. So I just told you what, this has a definition in its own, minimalism. All right, okay, so if we talk about the minimalism, minimalism has become really popular in recent years. It is a style based on actually the efficiency and practicality. That's very important. If your design is efficient and it's practical, so that's a minimalist. All right, because it, why it's called practical, because it saves a lot of money to you. We keep buying things we on for use, because we, and plus we do not use them. We have a habit of doing shopping or of everything and cluttering our space. So this movement when came totally opposed all other movements. And the in interiors, I can tell you, there are some elements like, colors of the ceiling, cabinetry, and the floors are whites and gray. uh, if you go and look at the minimal style, I'll show you some reference pictures. Generally the walls, the floors, the ceilings, they have same kind of color, which is wrapping up. So that's kind of a minimal style. All right, so plus lighting is purely functional. They don't just do the lighting everywhere and just lit up the room like anything in this style. So lighting in this style defines function. On a very very serious note, if someone has a reading space, so there'll be a light, hanging light over that guy. So that's function. You just don't put 6 7 lights in a room and just lit it up. So when a light becomes functional, it goes into minimalistic style. All right, again, they have, like the modern and the contemporary, they have open floor plans, and they have a beautiful big windows, natural lightings. And plus this uh, style is based on the function. So this is very very good for place like offices and event spaces where there is a lot of public. you know so plus this is very very popular style amongst the younger generation, and very ideal for those people who don't spend much time at their house. All right, that's very important for you to understand. You have to be minimalistic if you have a lot of traveling. All right, because you don't need to use things. Why to buy them? Why to waste money? Instead use that money in traveling and enjoy life. All right, that's my motto actually. Okay, so coming back to design, main elements of minimalist designs are, if you see here, non ornate designry and trims. If they are using the moldings and the trims or the door moldings, they are also non ornated. All right, neutral colors, light colors, that I've already told you, it's highly functional. minimal installation and furniture, simple lighting, a combination of, not more than two colors. All right, they are not going to use more colors. I'll just show you some pictures. Yeah, this I've already told you. I just spoke it already. Why people are actually going towards living. Minimal is all about living less, living with less actually. This includes less financial burdens as a debt and unnecessary expenses. For many minimalists, the philosophy is about getting rid of excess stuff and life based on experiences rather than worldly possession. Okay, so I am going to share something with you very interesting. You have to just give me a minute. There is a series on Netflix, I guess. It's called Tiny Homes. You know what? You should go back and see that. What's happening? People with 2,000 to 5,000 square feet of apartment, they are, working people, and they, even with kids, sometimes when you have kids, you try to ignore. Even with kids, they have actually, started going into the tiny houses, and you would love it. You would really love it. It's one of my favorite serials as well on Netflix. That, even on YouTube, you should look for, people who are moving from big homes to tiny homes. They don't have any financial problem, they don't have any kind of problem, but they're still moving. And what is the reason? Because they don't want, unnecessary burdens, debts, unnecessary experiences. If, I have seen people, there are people actually, there are two people in the house and they have like 10 to 15,000 square feet of house. And all the headache they have, like for example, maintaining it. So this is my personal opinion, to go minimalistic in a right manner. It's just not like, getting rid of anything. So that's my personal idea, which I wanted to share about minimalism with you. Okay, so guys, these were two styles. These were the like four styles which we have covered, like modern, mid-century modern, minimalism, and contemporary. These have lot of elements which are, inherited from each other, because they have been, going, after one another. So that's why, so we have covered majorly the interesting and the sleek and the modern style. All right, okay. Yeah, some minimalistic pictorial designs. I'm just giving you 1 minute to just look at these contemporary designs. Just look at here, how functional light is. All right, you need a light over dressing, they have a light. Look at the colors. This is so interesting. Look at this. Look at this. There's no clutter. They just have few things which are required. So that's contemporary. All right, okay. Okay, so this is industrial style. This is also very interesting style. And if you go to the cafes and in Bangalore, Delhi, in urban cities, Chennai, you would see a lot of people are, especially the people who are doing restaurants and cafes, are going towards this style. All right, and very interestingly, we have done a project on this style, and I'm going to explain you that topic in the end. And it's very interesting. I'm going to give you live study on that topic. All right, so let's quickly go with the topic. It's, as the name suggests, industrial. All right, so industrial style pairs a raw installations and the lighting. So everything which is raw, industrial, which is themed from the industry, so that's called industrial. All right, so minimal furnishing, they don't have a lavish furnishing. So minimal furnishing are used to achieve this look, and quite often composed of a salvaged, item. Salvaged item means the items which are restored, like restored wood, withered wood, and restored taps, even some pipes, some ducts. So that's a very interesting thing. Okay, so other things like reclaimed wood, metal are very popular elements of this style. All right, reclaimed wood, you all must be knowing what is reclaimed wood. Reclaimed wood means that wood which you can, which has been used many times, and you buy it and you just reclaim it and just buff it, polish it, and use it again. That's reclaimed wood. Or sometimes you don't, you need a real feel of industrial look, so you don't actually use polish it or refurbish it. All right, you use it as it is. All right, so older buildings and warehouses styled spaces carry this kind of interior space, obviously. And and important again in this also, you have open floor plan, and the main textures are brickwork and concrete floors, which are, these are, majority of these two textures are used in this. Okay, and in furniture you have lot of metal in this, lot of metal, especially metal cabinetry, exposed metal beams, and when you see unfinished look, you feel that okay, this is a industrial style. So the main elements, as I said, the salvaged appearance of fixtures and lighting, concrete floor, brick walls, reclaimed wood, metal, and raw aesthetic. I'll just show you some examples of this. Look at this. These are few examples. Just take a 10 seconds and feel this image, feel it. Now people have actually started using this style in their houses as well. I'll tell you, this is not certainly my favorite style to use in house, but I would certainly use it in, restaurants, cafes, or some public space. Plus this style is very interesting. If you, again, you should know how to use it. Look how they have, totally, this is a photo of, a restaurant, and this, everything has been left as it is, nothing has been restored. If you look at the ceilings, some lights have been put, the glass and the partitions and some plants and the table chairs have been put, but they have not restored the walls, they have not touched any civil work. All right, so you should be very crisp and sharp to make and the use of the exact theme. All right, and look at the images on the left. People have actually used them in their houses. Look at the metal, look at the stool, and the chair, the leather was really used in that, right? Exposed walls. So this is industrial style, guys. All right, uh yeah, look at this one, how interesting it is. It's all reclaimed wood, it's all reclaimed logs, and they have huge strength. Now just look at this one, how beautiful. They have used the wooden textures, and this is a house, and how beautiful it is. This is a restaurant of the industrial style. All right, and these are the pure industrial styles. Okay, now let's go ahead with bohemian style, guys. Okay, we are going to, be a quick now, so that we can cover a lot of things very soon. So bohemian style is really interesting, and if you feel that you are a kind of designer who is a free bird, free, you have a free spirit. All right, uh, sorry, someone is saying something. Okay. Okay, someone says very interesting session. Oh, thank you so much. I want you to stay with me till end. All right. Okay. So Bohemian style, as I'm telling you, it's a free spirit session. All right, it's a free spirit design. What I'm saying, free spirit design. Okay, so Bohemian style is actually, when was it originated? You should really understand. You know, whenever my guidance for everyone is that whenever you read about any style, always read about its history, where it was originated, why it was originated, and how it was originated. All right, so this Bohemian style of interior design began in 19th century in Paris, France. All right, and it was inspired by artists, performers, nomads who believed that creativity has more value than money. All right, so this you should understand, very very important. Just grasp this line. All right, that if you are creative, you obviously, if you're a painter, you're an artist, you're a designer like us, you will really feel that, no, my art is more valuable than money. Sometimes I have seen my artist friends who have donated their lakhs of paintings because they felt that the value of the painting is more. All right, because it's priceless actually. All right, so Bohemian style, named for those nomadic artists, who in turn intended to overturn beauty standard by tossing out the rules and embracing unconventional. So there are no rules in these styles, yet there are some major characteristics which I'm going to tell you. So this style doesn't have any rules, but the important key features you should understand is that it incorporates bold colors, patterns, elegance of touch in a rustic flair. All right, you know uh, if that if you look at the picture, that's a Bohemian style, and it's a very interesting style. So Bohemian is so freeing, all right, because it allows homeowners to mix and match with playful variety. All right, so basically Bohemian style, if you go to a lot of restaurants, they follow this style. They just throw some kind of cushions, colored food cushions, and have a beautiful colorful bold walls, ceilings, and the outdoor plantation. That's Bohemian style. So but important point is balance has to be maintained. Okay, when it comes to this design style, what you do is you keep the base as a neutral. All right, you have, if it's a room, so suppose there's a wall behind me, I'm going to keep it, more neutral, and then I'm going to add a lot of elements of Bohemian style, which is a bold color. So that's a balance for which you should understand that Bohemian style wants, that's a rule of the Bohemian style. Okay, so plus, you know I have seen many people, I have literally seen many people, they many designers I should say, and because of the immaturity they try to follow the interior design style, this style especially, and they overdo it. They don't understand where to stop. So this comes obviously from experience. You should know where to stop in the design as well. All right guys, let's go ahead. So look at the picture, look at the base. If those cabinetry were black or red, would the furniture stand out? No. So this is, you need to understand that this is a meaning of the real Bohemian style. All right, so when you have the electrical mix of textures and colors, and you have a decorative and ornated uh, uh, accessories, like if you see here, some candles are here, look at the lampshades. All right, and they have matching pot in the kitchen as well. Look at the golden table. So you have ornated accessories, and obviously it embraces contrast. So there has to be a contrast in this. You don't have to overdo. Plus, lot of custom fixtures are used in this, because as I told you in the previous slide, that this style has derived from the artists, the creative people. So they used to do lot and lot of custom made fixtures, all right, like lampshades, like furniture, everything. So basically, if you want to give a personal touch to your house, you can go with this bohemian style, but in a balanced form. That's very important. Don't just overdo it, you know. Okay, I'm sure you must have got what is bohemian style. Let's go ahead quickly. Look at this one. Look at this one. How beautiful. If you, and yes, I want to tell you a very important thing. If you go to YouTube and if you see, you know, lot of houses of celebrity, especially, um, I want to mention about Sushant Singh. He just went, and you know, I'm really hurt because he went. He was my favorite, you know. And if you go and look at Sushant Singh Rajput's house preview by Asian Paints, he has that this kind of style. And if you look at Alia Bhatt's house also, not Alia Bhatt's house, there was some other actress. I, you know, just now a movie came, uh, some English movie, which is just Hindi medium or English medium, which is Irfan Khan's movie, which has just come. The actress's house, if you go and see, even Shruti Hassan's house, just go and see her house, and you will feel that bohemian. They have tried, you know, they don't know that it's a bohemian style, you know. It's just they have seen somewhere, and this style actually reflects your personality, all right. So if you just look here how they have, you know, tried to use this style on the right hand side. This is overdue. This is really overdue. If they have kept the neutral color on the wall, this has reflected balanced. Look on the look, you know, all other sides. Look at this picture. This picture is so beautiful and so nice, so that, you know, they have created something interesting with pillows and greens. So this is a bohemian style, all right guys. And it's basically a design of self expression. If you like blue color, do everything with blue, keep the neutral some, all right. Okay, so let's go with rustic style, all right. We are now going to do very quickly. Rustic style is, you know, mostly originated from US, all right guys. And sorry, one second. Yeah, rustic style is originated from US and commonly you know, seen in rural government and private structure and the landscape in the interior design. All right, if you go to US, in there, you know, it's a style of American craftsmen, and the, you know, outskirts and the farmhouses and the lots of pubs and all, they actually used to use this styles. So I'm gonna take up a very quick, you know, if you look at the pictures, you would easily understand what is rustic style. So rustic design is often described as a simple, okay, coarse, strikingly beautiful. So the main elements are, you know, they use natural materials like totally raw wood, metals which dominate, and create interior which resembles, you know, simplicity and beauty, all right. So the philosophy behind rustic is that this design is relatively simple and brace organic aesthetic that will infuse your home and comfort warmth. Guys, I can see a lot of chats. I will, you know, come and you know, I want you not to type, all right. We will take up questions and the later, because, you know, when you're typing, its pop-up is coming and it's distracting me. So I really request all of you, please refrain from typing, okay. So rustic style, country style, they are all to inherited like modern contemporary minimalism. They are, you know, inherited from each other. So this style is also you know, inherited by country, industrial, so they have some kind of common features. So but you should understand, again, you know, main elements you should always understand. So main elements of rustic are rough wooden ceilings and the beams, unpolished barn woods, warm and low lighting, rustic metal and clean iron are used. All right. So the main focus remained on the weathered wood, driftwood, barn wood, reclaimed wood, and that has been altered to appear withered, and it can be incorporated in interior style. For you to understand one thing, that nowadays we don't get lot of withered wood, all right, and lot of barn wood, lot of reclaimed wood. So now what designers do it, they try to create that kind of uh, wood and incorporate if they want to do this kind of style. All right. So because now you understand that cutting of trees is not very good, it's really bad for our environment. So that's why there is a scarcity of, I think this style is going to diminish very soon. That's my personal feeling, because uh, one thing is that it's overdue. All right. And second thing is that it's very tough to get this kind of reclaimed or withered wood, especially in India. All right. But in America and or the countries where there is less population, I'm sure we can do a lot about this. So your homework is difference between industrial and rustic. All right. Write it down. You are going to find out difference between rustic and industrial. All right, guys, that's your homework now. Okay. So very important style, and please focus on this style. Again, I'm saying I'm trying to go very fast. I'm feeling thirsty, that's why. Transitional style. Transitional style is actually a marriage between the any two styles, especially the old and the new style. All right. So when you use modern and you use traditional together, all right, that's where the transitional comes. So transitional is really popular. A lot of people right now are going using uh, transitional styles. So this is one of the most popular styles among designers right now, because it allows pull items from different time periods. All right. Because right now it's a khichdi, it's a sambar. Right now there is no style going on. So people are not making houses or design in current style. So it's all aloo mash of uh, potato mash of dosa. All right. So basically, but still it's very interesting. It's very interesting. Why? Because you get to study about the different style. You try to pull the different items from different time periods and design jeans. 1 second, guys. Okay. Okay. And so that's why this style is highly interesting. So plus, but this style can really go wrong. I'm telling you this. If you don't know how to again balance between different style, this is going to create a mess. So before trying, feel what is your inclination towards this. All right. So I'm going to read out quickly the elements of the design. So it has curated and decorative appearance that is uncluttered, obviously, and it's functional, obviously. These two things are very important. After that, it is a style that looks complete. All right. So when you pull out elements from a lot of styles and put it together, it obviously looks complete. All right. And it uses elements like lacquered finishes, neutral colors, platelets, and varied textures. For example, velvets and carpeted flooring, all these kind of contrast in what should I say, materials you can apply in this period. So while using elements of various styles, this interior design style manages to remain fairly bare bones without appearing incomplete. All right. So the most important element to complete this style successfully is balance. I already told you about the last line. Balance is very important. If you know, again, if you don't know where to stop in your design, you are going to create the mess out of it. All right. So these look everywhere. These are some of the balanced, I should say balanced transitional style designs. Look at the pictures while I read out, you know, the elements for you. Okay, so the elements are balanced appearance. You see beautifully balanced all three pictures. So it's a mixture of wood, glass, steels and textiles, obviously, and lacquered finishes. All right, you can have a lacquered glass top or something. And of color plate list is again neutral. You don't use very vibrant colors in this. And you know, you can have a, uh, you know, tightly curated fashion. Like if you like see here, it's just one texture which is coming out, but this is also on the same color as the walls. All right, so this is how you should play with it. So transitional style, just go and study about it. It is also interesting. And let's, you know, move into traditional style. Actually this should have come up, but it's okay. So traditional style, you know, it actually plays on the elements from old Europe world. Just look at the picture on your right. Everything which has moldings, carvings and vibrant color contrast and intricate, you know, tiling, and you know, warm and low lighting and heavy wooden floors or cabinetry is a traditional style, and its inheritance is from again Europe. And we have a lot of sections of transitional styles. um, I'm going to guide you one thing. You go to my YouTube channel. We have just done a webinar on luxury interiors and its styles. There, I have done a lot about the transitional styles and a lot of luxury style, but you transitionally, I'm sorry, traditional styles. So from the past to the present, I have tried to cover a lot of styles in that. So you can go and read about that as well, and that's a very interesting presentation as well. So going coming back to traditional styles, classic European design use ornate moldings, which I've already told you, and generally wood is of dark cherry and organic lines, and it contrasts, you know, dark reds, browns, black, blues, you know, on a lighter earth tone. So the base is lighter earth, but the contrast is again dark reds, browns, blacks. Okay, and plus obviously this is a luxurious style. European styles are all about luxury. So silk and velvets are incorporated to show the luxury in terms of the fabrics. So although this style is has become very less popular among designers, but there are a lot of designers, like including me, you know, we, you know, fetch out few elements from this style and we use it on in our designs. You know, if you go and look back our work on Facebook and Instagram, you can feel the same. All right, so this is traditional. Let's go ahead. This is electrical style. This is actually same as bohemian style. We are, you know, about to finish the presentation. And this style, you know, go and read about it. Basically it's a mature form of bohemian style. Again, write down your homework is the difference between bohemian and electrical. So electric style is basically, you know, when your design becomes mature, when you actually choose elements in a form of, you know, obviously the elements will remain same as bohemian, bold colors and all. So the mix of many, when your mix of many textures becomes sophisticated, but the elements are of bohemian style, it becomes this style. All right. So it's actually a heterogeneous mixtures of the elements and the decor. But if you look at the pictures, everything is well placed as if it has been chosen. But in bohemian style, what artists used to do, they used to use things which they already have, because they used to design it in that era. All right. So like for example, if magenta pillow covers they have, so they used to decorate with magenta colors. So if you want some bold patterns in your style, go and study this style. This is one of my favorite and beautiful style. And again, it is a lot of cluttery, but again, you should know how to balance. All right, let's go ahead. Art deco style. All right, this is one of the most important style. And you know again, to study more on the luxury, this is one of the luxury styles. And to study more on the luxury style, I would advise you to go on my YouTube channel, Space Talks by Ruchi Mandle. All right. Okay, important, very important, pay attention. Art deco has a unique and a distinct appearance, pulling the parlor style of 1920s of the contemporary world. While we were having that modern movement, this style was also present there. All right. And in Europe and US it was there. All right. So in early 1900s, this style became very popular in Europe and US, and it was influenced by art nouveau and cubism. It is an artistic streamed style. uh, I think in the syllabus, when you are taught history of interiors, you are also being taught the art nouveau movement or cubism. If you're not uh, taught these, go back and read about these movements, because when I did my architecture, I studied about these movements. And again, you will understand why this movement created this art deco movement. And people are, this is a luxury, this is simply, you know super luxury design. And again, I try to use art deco, but not as majorly as, again, I try to just pull out few elements from it. So art deco art deco interiors are most unique in, and the materials, very very important element which you should know. The elements are like stained glass, jade, ivory, granite, chrome. And these are, if you see lot of stained glass, that's art deco. And beautiful stained glass. So the commonly used materials are um uh, you know these ornamentations are generally done in the cabinets, doors, windows. If you go back and read about Art Deco movement and see the houses of art uh, while this movement was going on, you would see majorly the counters, the doors, the windows were heavily crafted by this movement. If you look at the photograph next to it, it has a 1920 flair. And plus, very important, symmetry. Yes, they have intentional symmetry. All right, they try. Okay, look at the elements. Plus, they have geometric shapes. And the the materials were not particularly natural. So they used to have materials with man-made materials were also there, like chrome or something. So this style is very important. I am going to show you some pictures of it. Look at this. This is art deco style. So how much this is an overdue style basically. And and to my shock, lot of designers just hate this. They don't, because they cannot process such a heavy style. So that's my guidance, is that instead of hating some design, you should try to pull some elements out of it. All right. So you must have seen how everything is so heavy. Look here. This is my favorite wallpaper, but not in this color. So I use this wallpaper a lot, and it is derived from this art deco. So what I do is I have the base as same cream and a little light golden. So it looks very beautiful and intricate. Okay, so let's go ahead. Okay, guys. So these were the styles of, there were a lot of styles and which we discussed about. Meena ji, can you just open chat so that I can interact and see if anyone has question? And please guys, Meena ji is opening chat, and I want everyone, before I take up a live project, I want everyone to tell me that by now they have got what I was trying to convey them or not. I'm waiting. Meenaji, have, and please try to reply to everyone. All right, everyone in the meeting.
I request all the participants to reply in the chat. It's
Did you
publicly and privately.
Yeah.
I have made a enabled chat now.
I just want to know, just type yes if you have got what till now, what I have tried to, tried my level best to make you understand. Yes. Yes. Got it. Thank you so much.
It's really a wonderful session you are going on with all your experience.
Thank you so much, Meenaji. Really, really. That's why, it was very important for everyone to answer me that did they actually got what I'm trying to say, or is just, everything is gone above head, because I have been speaking from an hour or what?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So thank you so much. Uh, uh, Guys, you can give feedback on my YouTube or uh, anywhere on Facebook or Instagram. I'll highly appreciate. Okay, so thank you so much, guys, and I got to know that IDs I will give you in the last. You'll take a picture. So Meenaji, you can just stop the chatting. Thank you so much, guys, for appreciating. Yes, you can get this PowerPoint. I will share the link with you, and I think we are going to upload this video. Meenaji is going to upload this video on the YouTube, and I am also going to upload this video on my YouTube channel. So don't be worried, you will get the whole data. So because
In
this
college,
is
college YouTube channel, this entire video will be published there. You all can visit there.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, from all the styles we have seen, let's go ahead and we design spaces. I am a luxury designer, okay, but I know hello, can you hear me? Something happened. Okay, sorry. So we are a luxury interior designers and architects, and we try to use minimalistic luxury in our design. If you go back and look all my projects, you will see a flair of luxury in all the designs by use of any medium. And for to understand luxury, just go back and see my luxury design video. Plus obviously this video is very important to go through and revise once again. So we just tried to, we have done one project, and that in New Zealand, and in June, we have just finished in June 2020, and the work there is not started because of a pandemic. Very low, less work is there because New Zealand is already corona free now, so they have actually started, bits and pieces of work. So the theme which client wanted me to design his project, and it's a cafe project. Okay, it's a cafe and a bar. They wanted industrial theme, all right, because they were very much influenced by that, so they wanted that theme. So what we did was they gave us some pictures, and it was quite rustic and industrial. So being a luxury designer, I tried to, you know, I did again marriage between two styles. So luxury and plus industrial. So I mixed two design. I'm going to do a live case study in front of you, and I'm going to show you the correct process to design any space. All right, let's go ahead. Okay, so guys, this was the site, and if you see, it's a bare site, and these are the actual site pictures. But you know, the problem was this was a heritage building. All right, you and in India we have walls of brick, concrete, right? But there the walls are made up of gypsum. All right, you should when you are doing any project, you should understand the current site. You should do the current site analysis. All right, these are the site pictures, and there this is a, you know, it's a huge site it was. So I'll just, you know, tell you what is the process. So the, you know, I want you to pay attention so that I can easily tell you how we started doing this process and reached on the theme, on the interior style. So first of all, what happens is, you should, whenever you are designing any project, you should, number one, fetch clients requirements. All right, you should know each and every requirement what clients want. Next, you should allocate the requirement as per your design. Okay, you know, you have a plan with you, allocate those requirement in 2D. That, for example, if this was a cafe, so where is the counter coming, where is the kitchen coming, where is the seating coming, how many people are going to be there, do what kind of restaurant culture is there, is it going to be a day restaurant, is it going to be a night restaurant? These kind of questions, you know, you should be asking with clients. I'm just giving you restaurants example. So if you see, this was a first sketch we made out of the space we had, where in this we allocated a huge counter space here, because they told us that in the peak lunch hours, because this place was surrounded by a lot of offices, so they told that minimum 200 people will be there. You know, actually 200 orders in an hour will be there for coffee, because coffee culture is huge over there. So they gave us a brief that we need a huge space so that, you know, our staff can actually cater to the people who are sitting there and the delivery boys. So we created a huge counter and gave a lot of space in between for circulation. Suppose this counter was here, then, you know, everyone would bang in each other's. And then, because in front, if you see, this is the front, they had big windows. If we just go back, they there were big windows. So we thought we should take the maximum advantage of the space. All right, you know, maximum advantage of the feel, basically, of the ambience. So we did, you know, private decks over here, raised decks, and plus they had requirement of sitting of 60-70 people. So we tried to do a lot of couch sittings and few chair sittings. So we tried, and plus, if you see here, we also did the bar sittings, and you know, some kind of stylish sittings as well. You know, when you are in the night, you're having beer, you can, you know, couple can sit across each other. So this kind of thought process should be there while designing a live project. First, number one, requirements. Second is your 2D. 2D should be fixed. Where what is coming, that should be fixed. That's very important. All right. After that, once the 2Ds are done, start doing massing on the 3D. Okay. Okay, don't just go into the design. Open your any 3D software, like we do SketchUp and Max a lot. And SketchUp is highly easy. I do a lot of SketchUp. Even I resolve services. I resolve plumbing and electrical on SketchUp. So do a massing in 3D. So we did this kind of massing in 3D, that okay for, and then we showed it to client first. Okay, this is a tentative massing. Front, we are going to have decks, and then we are going to have sitting, and they were happy to see, their requirements were fulfilled, and there was a lot of circulation space as well. And there was one problem, the column was coming in the center. So this is where your aesthetics with ideas will come, how you're going to incorporate that. So I'm going to show you how we did that. So after 3D massing is done and it's approved by the client, I'm going to show you after the massing is finalized, now is the time you start working on the theme. Okay, don't start, take, references from the client. Okay, sir, from the starting you can take references. Sir, what is your inclination? Ask client to send you the references of his or her theme or design inclination. Sometimes client don't know, that what kind of thing I want, but this is very rare case in today's in 20th century, 21st century. Why? Because if so much of awareness is there, Pinterest, House, millions of references are there. So the clients have become very educated. So it's very, number one, it's very tough to fool the client. Number two, it's very stupid to fool the clients. So it's better to take references from those guys. All right. After that, after understanding, you have once understood that okay, this is their inclination, then think what best you can give your output to them. Okay, so use your thoughts and design best out of your knowledge to do a design for them. Okay guys, so with that mind you, furniture also plays an important role in the interior styling. Okay, so if you are doing, for example, our theme was industrial luxury interiors, furniture was highly important. Okay, so we started doing the furniture of that style only. So with the style, start selecting finishes, textures, furnitures, equipments side by side. Okay, so I'm going to show you these kind of furniture which I selected. Me and my main team selected, like we used brickwork, we used this kind of tan is my favorite color, tan. We use tan sofas, and if you see, these are industrial lightings, industrial tables. So you will really understand that everything has to go side by side. Okay, now I'm going to show you what was the outcome. Okay, we did industrial luxury, and this was the outcome. I'm going to show you some 3D views. Okay, so this is the first view looking towards the bar area. I never clutter the space, so plus, you should know how to segregate space also. To make the, space luxury, I did the counter in a such a curvilinear manner with lot of inbuilt lights and hanging lights. Plus, I did not do this industrial ceiling in the whole plan. Okay, we just did it on just above the counter to give it a special focus. If I would have done this ceiling everywhere, then people would have entered inside the restaurant and obviously ignored it because it's everywhere. But now this will become the main focus, because this was just done, this is just done in a I think, I'm sorry. Okay, uh, 1 second. A lot of people are chatting. Hina ji, can you just close the chat if you can't? Okay. Anyway, it's okay. It's okay. I've just closed it. So look here, and we have tried to use the metal furniture, gray tones. Even we have painted the ceiling dark so that and plus, if you look at the bottom, the floor is light. Okay, that's very important for you to understand. I'll show you some other pictures. Look here. So this is a first preliminary view of the project. When you are entering, you are seeing, we have highlighted this space. Okay, this is the view of the entrance. So like I told you, we took the full advantage of the of the windows to create an ambience. And if you look at this wall, I just tried to incorporate luxury. I did beautiful long mirror, huge mirror, so that there are a lot of reflectiveness going on, because at night the lights will be dim, and this is again a high-end bar, so you would need luxury plus, but this is industrial luxury. So this is a raised deck, and I have tried to give a little my personal touch of giving chandeliers. You will see chandeliers in my lot of designs. Okay, so chandeliers, such curtains, golden lights on, see, I have not given lights anywhere else. Lights are totally functional. They are on the table where it is required. Okay, but at the back it's beautifully lit, because I wanted it to become center of attraction, because if someone is passing from outside, they should not skip coming inside. That's how you should, that should be your thought process as a designer. Okay, this is a view of other side, the opposite side of the deck. I have also kept some bookshelves and interesting spaces, and because that wall was huge, so we cannot give a single mirror, so we broke it into few parts. And if you see, I've kept the beams exposed, and the lights also I've tried to do the metal lights. Okay, so very quickly, in fact few seconds, like 30 seconds or 1 minute, I'm going to show you some of my projects before and after, so that you would understand my inclination. So this is a villa project which we did in Gurgaon. So this is a huge double height space, and this is a minimalistic luxury theme which we converted the villa into. This is its second floor. If you look here, you know every one of you must be knowing form follows function, right? Every one of you must be knowing, always form follow function. That's important. And if you look at my other what should I say, presentation which I did earlier, look here, I have broke this wall was creating a lot of mess. So I told client to break this portion and create a railing, so that when someone is in first floor, they can look below, and there is a feel of double height space when while you are on the first floor also. All right, so this is how things should come into your mind. Don't be afraid to be bold. Think outside the box, that if you just move this wall, will it help? I feel there are some people who just waste the client's money, and they just tell client to do the demolition for no use. When my client calls me, they said that they have done this, I get shocked. So you know always respect your client, love your client. So that's very, very important. Okay, now if you see from first floor, how beautiful it is, when you have a feel of double height. This is the before and after pic. This is how, look, there was a huge drop over here. Around it was 400 or 500 drop. But look here, we did a plain ceiling. I never do a lot of levels. That's, you'll never see it in my design. That's a minimalistic luxury, which this is again, I tried to, make that's my very fundamental uh, process. Whenever we design, our team will design that interior and exterior should mix with each other. That's very important. And now after pandemic, it has become so important, because 80-90% of your time is inside your house, and if you don't have feel of exterior, you will go numb. Okay, just try to breathe the outside space inside. I am going to make very soon few videos, so please subscribe to my YouTube channel, which you will understand. I'm gonna take specific elements of interior design. And plus now, because pandemic is there, and if you have seen that mental issues have so much come up, mental issues are increasing, because 80 to 95% of time people are inside their house. So how these are going to impact on the design, every one of you should understand. Okay, so I'm going to make videos particularly, and please follow precisely so that you understand such things. Okay, let's just go ahead. So this is one office we did. Look, it was in terrible condition. Look here, it was in terrible condition, and this is totally minimalistic. So this was a theme which we got from a very prestigious client, and their theme was red, blacks, okay, and whites. So what I did was, I incorporate that into natural wood. I didn't want to do everything black, white, and red, so I incorporated that in wood. And these stripes are in their logo, so that, you know I wanted they wanted me to incorporate it, hugely. So I did it in, foreground. I played it in layers. So that's how you understand how you should always do it. So again, chandelier, you can see it's in my design, because at the entrance I wanted to create a luxury. So whenever someone enters, they pass the luxury feeling and then they go into the office. Because majorly it's very important for you to attract the client when you are in the, first, first impression is your entrance. Okay. This is a kitchen. If you can see, this was a huge kitchen. This is a huge transformation. So the balancing of the colors is also important. You just can't do all the colors everywhere. Okay. uh, this is an interesting project. This is a very small project, and it was just 9 feet by 9 feet shop, and it was Zaya Bakers. They're very popular, and they are into dry fruits and all. So they were coming into the cakes and all. So they opened the shop in Delhi, and it was in such a terrible condition, I can't tell you. Everything was broken. But the interesting thing is, I got this beautiful arch over there. So I made the maximum use of existing feature of the site. Okay, so I tried to do it in Venice and French, and that kind of theme I tried to do. So this first sketch, if you can see, is what I planned. Second was 3D, and third was what we actually got. Okay, so again, one chandelier. So this is these are the, we don't have good pictures of this, but this is our some interiors. Even the flooring, look at the check flooring which I did a white and yellow stripes. So because when you enter, first thing you do is you see floor. All right, we planned to do the wooden flooring over here, but then I skipped it. I said no, I saw this style, and I thought that this should be here. And because this was a small shop, so we purchased lot of artificial white flowers and hanged it from all the cabinets and the ceiling, so that to give a very beautiful feel. So, when someone enters, they feel that they have changed, that they are into some other era. Okay, so this is the end of presentation. Every one of you can take a screenshot or picture of this, and or if you are from Meena Ma'am's college, you can take the presentation from her. And I'm giving you just 10 seconds to take a picture of that, so that we can open a quick chat session for any questions you have. I'm going to take 2 or 3 questions, so that if you have questions, that's okay. If you don't have questions, that's perfectly fine. But reply to everyone. Meena ma'am, can you open the chat for us?
Yes, ma'am. I have just opened the chat for all, and
Thank you so much.
thank you so much for this wonderful presentation. And really in residential style and difference between industry and rustic style. You have given some homeworks. Let them understand of all those things. It will be very much helpful for them.
Okay, that's great. That's really great.
Many of us thought to have interior work in their own house. Now all will be having a wide knowledge, because what style we can prefer and what can be done. Because as you said, all the time we are sitting at home during this 2020 year, so we can design interesting styles, a minimalistic style. All are stuffing lot of objects in the house, so they will be coming to know that which is a used one and which is unused one, so they can really use that during this period.
Exactly, exactly. So guys, do you have any question?
And I can make the participants to raise the hand so that you can unmute yourself.
They can I prefer if you can talk, type your question. Is my speaker not?
And chat also, they are typing certain questions.
Ninaji, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, because this says my speaker is not working.
Okay.
So, guys,
unmuted Akshaya, and Akshaya can question if she's having any question. Akshaya, you can unmute yourself. And Monica Mali, you can also unmute yourself and ask question now.
Yeah, okay, guys, you can just don't unmute. Just type. I'm gonna take your question.
Some students of PG department has asked that whether you'll be providing any internship program for them through online.
I'm going to share my mail ID with you, Meena ji, and then you can share with them and then we will see if we can provide some kind of interesting, if we get some kind of interesting profiles, and a designer like, budding designer like me to have, who have full zeal and to work. So we can really think about it, but because things are really slow right now, so right now we are not taking internship, but still if we find someone very interesting, we are open to it. There is no problem.
Oh, thanks a lot, ma'am. And some question that can be mixed styles to achieve new trend like fusion.
Can you repeat again?
Can be mixed styles to achieve new trends like fusion.
Of course. I just told you, that's called a transitional style. If you just try to mix two or more, or lot of styles together to create a fusion, that's okay. But the most important thing is the balance. If you don't have balance, you know, you will just go out of your way and do everything. You can certainly create a kind of future designs for sure. I can see one question. Priya, she's saying, what are the opportunities of future?
எப்பவுமே கேவலமா இருக்கவங்க தான் நடக்குவாங்க இந்த படம்.
Okay, so Kavi Priya, what are the opportunities for the future of interior designer? There are very good opportunities. Okay, right now there are things are slow because of pandemic, but for sure, can you hear me? Just raise hand, Meenakshi.
Yes, okay. I can hear you.
Okay. Kavi Priya, can you hear me? Just type yes. Okay. So my giving you answer, there is for sure a very good opportunity for all the designers, architects, because you know, but with opportunities you should understand now, with such a huge pandemic thing which has happened, things, you know, studies are going to be same for all the designs, but some extra incorporation are going to be there. Okay, for example, work from home culture has totally come up, totally it is here. So you know, we never had a specific desk in our houses, so now people will opt designers to design their studies, all right, design their houses with studies. In fact, they will hire designers to, you know, design their offices which are pandemic free, COVID free, they are mental health friendly, all right. So my point is the future is very good, there is no problem. It's just, you know, you have to be patient for at least this, you have to be patient for this year.
I have attached a feedback link for all the participants, so you can fill that. And any more questions? Actually, thanks a lot for all participants, because time has extended, but I don't want to miss Ruchi ma'am's presentation. So lively it's going on.
All right. So I think we should end here.
Yes.
Meenaji. Yes. And thank you so much, guys. And to end this presentation, one more time, I would, you know, ask every one of you to just come and appreciate our work over here. Follow me on YouTube so that you get a lot of knowledge. Even Meenaji, I want you to also come and follow us.
Yeah, sure. Always.
All right. So to end, what I was saying is, thank you so much, guys. Do all the homework, you know, try to study a lot of styles, and enjoy your pandemic period. Be safe, wear masks. All right.
On the whole, yours is a wonderful presentation, ma'am. Now I'd like to give a vote of thanks. Could you stop sharing, ma'am?
Yes. Sure.
I generously thank our resource person for presenting such a wonderful session. I thank honorary correspondent sir, Sri Gugilam Ramesh sir, and adorable principal, Dr. T. Mohanasri ma'am, and vice principal ma'ams, IQC coordinator, Dr. P.B. Vanitha ma'am, and my dear colleagues, and all other faculties of other colleges and universities, and professionals, and my dear students. Thank you very much for participating in this webinar today. So I request all to fill this feedback form so that this certificate will be